Hello everybody, this is Fallout What If You're, and today we're going to do part one. What happened yesterday was the epilogue, or whatever the heck you want to call it. So, I think where we last left off was Kratos giving his powers to Deku, and I think there was other things. Oh, Katsuki, like I said, it's going to be his love interest, and one of you guys said Mina as well, so I'm thinking to myself, I did a heads and tails on this. It was actually pretty close. There's a couple, like in the beat, like it was like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then it was mostly a tie, but then there was like 10 to 15 times where I kept losing the penny, so I was like, oh, I had to keep doing this again until I had it on the yes. I was like, I don't really know. I wanted this to be just a one thing, a one girl type of thing. But I was like, Kratos slept with a lot of ladies. That's what I thought to myself when I played the game. I was like, jeez, he's all like, he doesn't care. He's like, all these ladies here look fine as hell. Ain't that silly? And I think, which one was that one again? In God of War, Ghost of Sparta. Yeah, there was like two women like on each. There was like two women, and then he was in the middle of it. So I was like, you know what? He's going to have women. This is the God of War. And there is another one that I'm gonna do on Saturday, which is going to. This is from somebody who I knew for like probably in my high school years, or probably in my middle school, if I'm being technical here. But this is somebody who I cared about, or who I still care about. And I'm thinking, this person gave me an idea. I was like, you know what? Screw it. For all time's sake, I want to do this for this person. It's going to probably contain some of our some experiences that we had at childhood. I'm not giving away I'm not like saying like family stuff. I'm just saying like stuff that happened in school, like basic bullying, basic picking on people, being bullied, and most of that stuff. I think that's how it's gonna happen. Like on my side, this person here is super quiet. The person here never talks. I don't want to reveal the gender. This person is really smart, and I really care about this person here. So I said, screw it, we're gonna do it. And the story is going to be, what if Deku was kick-ass? What if Deku was kick-ass? So, hey, I don't know. Now, I'm not putting any I'm not putting any secrets. But I'm just saying, this is like most of the stuff that happens in school. And yeah. But anyway. Let's get on with the story. I'll see what I can do with the story. But this is a tribute to this person, alright? Or at least the person who I care about a lot. Anyway, whatever. So let's start on. Let's get on with this, shall we? So when we go, we see. Oh, I forgot. The person who the person who Deku's gonna also be with is Mina and Katsuki. So that's Bakugo's sister and Mina. Yeah. Anyway. Deku is still there in the God of War in what's called the mountains, in that cabin in God of War 4, because Kratos still lives there, and he lives he lives like a peaceful life. Not a lot of killings. There's still a lot of like creatures around the woods, so it's like he still fights them, and he's contempt. But this time, he gave his powers to Deku, which Deku has the tattoo, like the God of War tattoo, or not God, the Kratos tattoo, and I wouldn't say, yeah, let's just say it's green, because it's like there was a reason why he had it red, because of his freaking what's called, because his brother. So this one is going to be green just because he wanted to have his own legacy. But he looked up to Kratos as a father, because they were not they. It's been like 2,000 years since they went somewhere else. Because, like I said, him and Kratos were training to the point of like killing. So Deku isn't strong like Kratos just yet, but he's strong enough to like handle a lot. Or no, should I say that? Now, guess what? He's strong. He's already strong. But he hasn't like got the powers just yet. This is like a slow process right now. So for the time being, Deku has these abilities. He has the God of War power, which means he can use fire. And let's say wind, air slashes, what's it called, Rasengan? No, never mind. He will have a power just like the Rasengan. It's just when he pushes his hand onto somebody, it's not like a ball. It's just more like the pressurized air around his hand, pushing the person. So it's kind of like that. It's called air pressure, not Rasengan or anything like that. Although it is tempting. It's tempting. Anyway. So where we cut off is Kataki seeing Deku's body. And she's holding him. And she's crying a lot. And let's say that the kids do feel something, like they do feel like, wow, I feel bad for this person, although this person is still like, they care, but they care that somebody died, but they don't care too much to like say they're sorry. They're just like, well, he was a weakling, or well, he doesn't have a quirk, so nobody here should just worry about it. It's like, he killed himself, it's not our problem. Something like that. But Kataki feels sad. She's like rage, like just becoming like much more infuriated, because this person is somebody she loves, or she finally feels that love. Because let's say that she didn't feel that love for him just yet. It's like the times they were laughing together, he knew that that she was a kind person, and he felt happy when she was there with him. But now losing that person, she just is crying so much, and she's mad, but she isn't like enraged. She's just sad that she could have just not helped him. Maybe if she confessed her feelings to him, he wouldn't probably do this. Probably he would have felt like he was worth something to somebody. But no, he died. Which he is dead in a way, but it's like to the point of his soul hasn't like flown away. Or, well, technically he's teleported to the God of War realm, so that means Yeah, he's technically dead, but he's going to revive into his godhood. But Deku is talking to Kratos still. Let's say that Kratos hasn't given it to him just yet. Kratos and him are talking more. And Deku's all like, well, I won, and I feel kind of sad that you might die. And Kratos says, boy, it does not matter if I die. I have lived a long life with a lot of regret. There are some things that I wish I could change. But there is somebody who I love so much now that I want to meet him on the other side. And Deku is crying now because this is one of the people who genuinely didn't care if he was quirkless or not. Not only that, he trained him. And I'm saying this because I trained with people when I was like little. When you train with that person, when you learn how to fight with this person, you keep going at it, you share a bond, which nobody understands, but you share a bond that tightens and it gets stronger every time you guys when they train, every second, because it's like two souls pushing each other to its limits. And the fire within them all burns, making them open up to one another. It makes them have trust with each other. Well, the more trust they have, the more that they can let go and not get mad at this person. You know, it's like a bond which doesn't break easily, unless certain things happen. But it's like, he was so much better as a parent, because Deku's mother and father, they do love him a lot, but they never just try to help him like the way Kratos is, because he's teaching him to just stand up and fight instead of just apologizing to him. Kind of like with All Might, in a way. Kind of like how All Might said, like, you can be a hero too. But it's much more, like, it's much more stronger with Deku. And Deku does feel this, like, strength. But he feels this heartbreak in a way. Because he knows that the person who truly cared about him, who fed him, like, he might as well just call him his father, his grandfather, anything that meant having him be a part of him, which Deku is still crying, telling Kratos, does he have to die to get this power? Because Deku's feeling like he doesn't want it. Why would he want to kill somebody? Much less kill the person who just made him so happy over the years. Kratos says, boy, trust me on this. I haven't lived a peaceful life, like I said, but I can at least die happy, in content with life. And Deku just says, okay. He knows that if he dies, he's not coming back, but he knows that Kratos will be always watching him. and he knows that he's going to be happy with his wife, or at least his current, well, at least the wife that he had in the game, in the fourth game. I do kind of feel bad for like his daughter and the other mother, but they're happy now in the realm of wherever they were at. I really forgot, actually. Sorry, but you know, I forget. And Kratos pulls him in for a hug, which Deku was like trained with him for thousands of years, but Deku actually didn't grow up like super wise and all that. He just grew up just training with him. Kratos taught him how to fight and how to be a man. He didn't teach him like what to do all the time. So Deku does have a lot of wisdom in such ways, but he also knows that he's still going to be a kid again, which is still something he's still going to be a kid in the other world. But he knows he still has all the power and all that wisdom with him, so he's going to change a lot. Kratos hugs him and says, "Goodbye, my son. God of War is now gone within me, and now unto you. You shall be known as the God of War, Izuku Midoriya." Or no, he's not going to say that. "You are now Izuku Midoriya, the God of War. You will have now my blood within you, as my predecessors have with me." Or at least, no, his predecessor, because, yeah, I think there was just only one God of War in Greek. Yeah, in Greece. Greek. Jeez. That's a language. Anyway. "As my predecessor did with me. By this you will have the powers and the blood of me. And you will also bear my burden in the future. Live a peaceful life. Have somebody to love. Control your anger. Make sure you don't become like me." And Kratos is gone. But then a white cloud, what's called, not cloud, we're not going to say that, alright? Just cut that little part off. And after he said what he had to say, he was gone. And Deku felt so sad. He got on his knees, or he dropped to his knees, and his skin turns into dust, and his new skin reforms, and it's ash white, which, yeah, he's going to look like the God of War. He's going to have similar properties of the God of War, because now he shares his blood. So anyway, Kratos looks at him and says, no, he doesn't say that. He's already gone. Deku looks at his hands and sees white. So he's kind of pale, but let me see in the picture here. Yeah, he has white skin, which looks like ash, and he has scars on him still. Which, let me just say this, all right? In the world, he's not going to have his super strength all like bam right there. It's going to progress during like a couple of years because all that power is just given to him. It isn't just automatically like just burdened him all at once like it did in the game. But Kratos does give him the Blades of Chaos, which now wrap around him, and it burns so much. Deku feels his pain and he's grunting a bit, feeling all the power of hatred. But he knows that he must just bear with it. And he passes out in the snow. Which now he comes back in the real world. And all you hear is beep, 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 beep. You know, it kept beeping too fast now. And Deku's in the hospital because, like I said after that, Deku's parents left. Nobody could actually call them because here's the thing. After they know that his son is dead, they see him right there in the hospital. And the doctors think that they could still probably help him. And hours later, Deku is still there without a heartbeat. And he goes like, I can't be here anymore. And Hanzo is like, I understand. I think this is best if we just leave right now. Let's go, dear. And Ingo says, okay. They leave. They didn't have a lot of stuff because they didn't actually need a lot of stuff back then. They were actually more... They were more of a poor, kind of poorish family. But now they're just moving into they're going to America, right? Because they can't just live around, you know, they can't live around Japan, knowing the fact that they want to see him. They just left. I know this sucks, but they're not gonna be gone. In this what if, alright? Don't think that they're just gonna be, oh fuck, he's alive again? Well, good for him, you know? No. They'll come back, alright? We'll just wait, alright? Just wait. And anyway, 10 hours go by. Katsuki is in the hospital holding his hand. Because she's thinking to herself that Izuku has to live. Izuku needs to live. Izuku. She's like crazy right now. And two other people show up, which is Sero and Mina. Kirishima's somewhere else for now, alright? Now, Kirishima's there as well. All three of them are there. Because they saw and they heard what happened. Deku committed suicide. And Katsuki knows these people because she's friendly with them. So it's like, Deku... Let's just say this. Katsuki... Let's like scratch off some of the stuff that I said on part 0, and they've talked to Deku and they were friendly with Deku, and Deku seemed happy. Like Deku seemed like genuinely a little grateful to the fact that somebody isn't just like, Oh, get away from me. So, yeah, it's like they talked a bit. Uh, one or two times they had lunch together and they were happy. But, like I said, Mina's going to be a part of this. So, I forgot what's your name on there. Yeah, so don't blame me, blame him, alright? You know? I'm just the one who just listens to you guys once in a while. So, anyway, Deku is about to wake up. Because I forgot, because there was so much I forgot to say, alright? And Mina's there and saying, "Hi, Katsuki." And she says, "Oh, hi, Mina." And they said, "I understand that he committed suicide." And Katsuki gets a little sad. He gets more sad. Mina's kind of crying because she had a crush. She had like a crush on him due to the fact that let's just say he thought he was really a nice person, which Deku is a nice person. Even though he was like a pushover, he was still nice to everybody. Trying to act friendly. And she was being friendly with Mina, and Mina didn't actually say nothing but, "Oh, thank you." And she saw him and she's like, "He kind of looks like a broccoli." And she thought he was kind of cute, so she had a crush on him. I know this sounds kind of weird and all that stuff, but it's like, there has been times, and Sero and Kirishima, do I want to put Kaminari? Oh man, those like, it is kind of like a group thing with those guys. Let's just say, yeah, they were Kaminari was also there, but he went somewhere. Let's say he was with Kirishima. They went to like go get some snacks. So it's just Sero, Mina, Katsuki, and Deku. Sero's all like, "Oh, well, don't worry. I think that he's probably in a good place right now." Just saying something to not have them sad. And Katsuki says he didn't deserve this at all. If it wasn't for my brother, if it wasn't for those jerks, he would have still been alive. And why did it have to be him? He was so happy. Well, no, he wasn't that. He was so nice to people, and he didn't do nothing wrong. He genuinely wanted to be a good hero. He wanted to be just like All Might, which, yes, he was still an All Might fan, alright? He's still an All Might fan. Just because he's the God of War doesn't mean he's just automatically like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. I'm sorry, I just laugh sometimes, man. I need to laugh. It makes my depression go away. A laugh a day keeps the depression a bit away. Alright? Okay, good enough for me. Anyway. And so anyway, Katsuki says this is all their fault. They have no right to live. And Mina says, whoa, calm down. Look, I'm just as sad as you. And if this is it, then I just wanted to say that I had a crush on him, and I think he was a good kid as well. He didn't deserve anything like that. He was just nice. Zero says that, yes, he's helped me out once before. I kind of tripped and my tape got around the floor. I was kind of stuck. Which, yeah, Cero sometimes does, like... Cero's still an idiot, alright? Or at least semi-idiot. He's actually... No, wait, he's still an idiot. Yeah, he's still an idiot. Anyway, he fell and Deku helped him, what's it called, with his tape. And Cero says, thank you, and Deku says, no problem. And Cero says, my name is Cero. I forgot what his actual last name was. Oh, okay. Let's just say Cero. And Deku says, oh, hello, my name is Izuku Midoriya. And he says, well, thank you, Izuku. Or, no, thank you, Midoriya. And they just went their separate ways. And what's called Kirishima still has his black hair. And Deku says, oh, well, so this is how it is. We already know about Cero, Mina, and Katsuki. What's called Denki, or this is Kaminari was called asked Deku a question because he didn't understand some of the questions on or he didn't understand how these questions were. So Midoriya says you know, this and this, you know, and Kaminari says, oh wow, okay, it makes kind of sense now. Well, it kind of makes sense now. He says, thank you, Midoriya, was it? And Deku says, yes, it is. And he says, well, thank you. And how Kirishima got helped was, well, it wasn't mostly a help. It was just Deku saying, your quirk isn't so bad, even though you can harden your body. It's pretty nice. It's a really cool thing to have. And he says, what's it called? And Kirishima. If I said Kaminari, I didn't mean that, alright? Or I messed up. Kirishima goes, oh, well, thank you. And Deku does still get some notes. Because he's still Deku. But he says, your quirk is actually nice. And he just walks off. He does say a couple of things like his powers aren't super flashy, but they're still good to help. They're still good enough to help people and be a good hero one day. And Deku just leaves. It was one of those. These are like the days where Deku was actually happier than normal because, yeah, his life was much more hell. But anyway, Deku starts to wake up. Well, before that, Deku's heart beat. Or the heart monitor just went like beep. And everybody in the room just started to like open their eyes. They're like, no way. There's no freaking way. And Katsuki holds his hand even tighter and thinks to himself, oh, like just thinking to herself, oh, what? Like she doesn't know what to think right now. And it just stays flat again. And Katsuki thought, my mind's probably playing tricks on me. And then you hear deep. She gets up again. She thinks to herself, what the heck? What's happening here? Is the machine broken or something? And then it's deep. deep, deep, and it's going deep, 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 deep. Like it's going a little more faster because Deku's heart is like now going like beating like 20 times a second, which is like he should. I don't know if that's normal, but Deku's like now powering up, or at least his body's now getting like used to like being in his old one. So Deku's all like, no, I don't think he'll be like that. No, he's gonna get up like breathing super hard. Like he's gonna like sit like, instead of lying down, he's gonna sit. He's going to sit up and like breathe super hard, which everybody's like, oh, what the heck? Like Kaminari's like, oh no, we got a zombie! We got a zombie! And Kirishima's like, hold on. Hey, Deku, what's called? Hey, Sero, help me out here. And Sero's like getting the tape. No, I don't want to get bitten. I don't want to be a zombie. I'm too pretty to die. And Sero's like, calm down. You're not gonna die. He's probably not even a zombie. Sero's like, is he? Is he a zombie? And Deku's looking up, and now you see that his skin is turning much more whiter, and you see the green tattoo slowly but surely going and becoming more noticeable, glowing. His tattoo is becoming much more noticeable, which, like I said, it's going to be he's going to have the tattoo that Kratos has, but it's going to be green. But if you guys want it to be red, I'll do red, alright? It doesn't matter. And Deku's breathing hard. And Katsuki and Ashido are looking at him with tears in their eyes, just saying Deku. And Deku isn't hearing a thing. Deku is thinking to himself, I'm back. Where am I? Am I in the hospital? And he's thinking to himself, was this all a dream? Was I imagining it? And he looks at his hands and he's thought to himself, this is not a dream. This is real. He's in his own world, but he's looking at his hands and he's doing everything, but it's like he's thinking to himself, this is all a dream. This has to be right. Why would this happen? Wait a minute, does this mean I have power now? And then the moment he thinks of power, he thinks about Kratos. He thinks to himself, he's dead. I forgot that he died. Which means even though I have his power, even though he is now a part of me, my mentor, my father, the person I cared about, is dead. And I will never see him again, will I? And Katsuki is crying, holding him. And you see Mina right there thinking to herself, thank God. And she starts to hold him too. They're both hugging him. It's kind of emotional for both of them. Even though Mina's not automatically like gonna freaking like kiss him, she still holds him because she's like, yeah, it's like you have a crush on somebody. It's like you're gonna feel emotions for them, even though it's not like freaking grand, short, or no, it's not freaking big or anything. It's just like it's just something. Yeah, it's just something right there. She's holding him because she didn't want this person to die. He was such a nice person. But anyway, Katsuki is crying and bawling her eyes out. And Mina's crying too, but it's not like super hard as her. And she's thinking to herself, Katsuki? No, wait. Let's say Kachan and Katachan. No, Katchan. Yeah, Katchan. No. Instead of Katchan, it's gonna be Kichan. I'm just gonna use like the last part of her word, the last part of the word, as instead of Katsuki, it's gonna be Kichan. Which her name is still Katsuki. Just gonna give her that like little nickname. But anyway. So Deku is awake now. He's thinking to himself, well, I'm alive, so that's something in the end. I hope that he's going to have a better life. I hope I get to meet him one day. And all you hear is, boy, you will hear me. And Deku doesn't hear this because right now Kratos is like right there in his kind of like in his mindscape saying, just I'll talk to him later. Right now, just because he's made like a cabin and some deers and like his old place in his mindscape, in Deku's mindscape. But he's not gonna tell him right now. He's gonna just wait until he's kind of used to this new lifestyle. Then he'll just pop in. But Deku's all like, oh, hello, everybody. Are you guys okay? And Kaminari's all like, the zombie can talk! The zombie can talk! And Sarah's all like, say, don't tip in his mouth shut. Just shut him up right now. And what's called Kirishima was all like, oh, wait a minute, let me just let me pop some, let me at least let him breathe. And then so how would he do it? I think Kirishima would just use his like sharp make his finger sharp and just like poke two like nose holes in his freaking like mask or whatever, since he's being like shuttered up. Like Kamino's all like breathing through his nose. And Sero's taped them up to the ceiling, or at least has like a piece of tape on the ceiling or something like that. So now Kirito is like, alright, so zombies won't bite you now. And he's thinking to himself, safe indeed. Anyway, what's it called? Deku's like, what happened? And Katsuki says, you went to the hospital. You committed suicide, but you're still alive. Deku's like, oh, I did. Well, I'm sorry if I worried all of you guys. And Deku's like, well, anyway, I I should go home. My mother and father are worried. And they say, not yet. You have to get, what's it called? You have to get at least a couple of, you have to get some rest. You just woken up after all. And Deku's all like, okay, I guess that is true. But Deku's all like, so why are you all here? And Mina says, well, we worried about you. We were scared that you probably just died, and we thought that we weren't going to see you again. She's still crying. And let's say Kirishima's kind of crying too, because like, yeah, because he had emotion, because like because he was emotional too. All right, Sero and Kaminari weren't like super emotional, but they're like, well, that's kind of harsh or something like that. They would be like, oh wow, that sucks. But anyway, Deku's all like, well, I'm awake anyway, so I'm okay. And he's back in his body, but he starts to feel a few changes. He starts to feel his bones and his, he feels like his, muscles feel a bit more strange, which he looks at his arms, and he can see that it has a little bit more muscle on it, and he can see scars, which, if I didn't mention this, Deku has scars because Deku and Kratos were fighting each other. So Deku is wise in this one, well, at least much more wiser in ways, but he's not like freaking Kratos level. He's just to the point where he's much more, he's much more in tune with life in ways. And Deku's all like, okay. And he feels a bit sad at the fact that he's made, Katsuki cry. And he says, Katsuki, you don't have to cry. I'm alive now. I shouldn't have done that in the first place. I know that much. But please understand, I felt very sad. And I felt, I was in a dark place. And I should have told you that I should have told you that I needed help, but I didn't. But now I am okay. I'm not going to do that ever again. I understand that everything that happened until now is meant for what is he gonna say? I know everything wasn't meant to be like this, but it does not matter. I am here again, so we should all, we should all get some sleep. Let's all go home. And Deku, Deku and the gang, they don't take a bus because Deku's like, okay, I'll just walk. And Katsuki says, wait a minute, you shouldn't walk right now. in no condition, because they already checked out. The doctors don't actually care in a way because, like they say, like he's a quirkless person, and some doctors think, well, if he's quirkless, I shouldn't waste my time on him. So even though he killed himself and he's back alive again, it's like, eh. If somebody with a quirk did that, then guess what? That's gonna make news. But if a quirkless person commits suicide and lives again, they're nothing more than just cockroaches. That's what they think. It's a bad world over there. And yeah, I didn't know anything how bullying worked in the My Hero Academia, but I used a bit of my life, how bullying was for me. So yeah, being beaten up and all that stuff, yeah, I know how he feels. So I was like, just put that there, make a movie out of it. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, they checked out, they checked off, and Deku goes. He goes on the to the train, and the rest of them say, "You know what? We're gonna be with him for the time being." They think that no, he shouldn't be alone right now. Just walk with him, and just let's take him home. All right. They're like the Deku Protection Squad, which should have happened, which should have happened like probably months ago. But you know what? They're just like let's just. Kaminari was the one who made the idea. All right, with the Deku Protection Squad, let's just protect them from all the bullies, and it's like, which is still funny because Deku is now the god of freaking war. He is the Protection Squad. But anyway, I'm sorry if I'm if I'm not like doing how the story is, like the USJ arc and the hero exams. I wanted to put some story into this, which I freaking love the God of War. Oh man, that was so good. Even all the games I used to play on. But that's really, oh jeez. I'm worried about myself more here. Anyway. So Deku goes home with the rest of the gang, because they're taking him home. They're actually gonna be there and talk to the mom about this, because what they don't know is that they were there earlier. Katsuki went somewhere else for a while, and she must call her mom. It says, "Mom, I need to tell you something." And let's call. I forgot the mom's name. Oh, jeez. Let's just say her mom, all right? Auntie. No, just say the mom. The mom's all like, "Oh, what happened?" And Katsuki says Deku committed suicide, and you know all that stuff happened, which Bakugo is getting is having like how do you say it? Is having like I don't know how to say this, but Deku is like, no, not Deku. Bakugo is like getting his like ass whooped. That's he's getting like, how would I say? He's getting an earful. He's like freaking grounded for a good 3 months. So yeah, that was like before the parent, which was like during the time the parents were there. and it's like they missed each other. They didn't actually see one another. All right, so anyway, how would I say this? Oh, okay. So Deku goes home and sees that there's a lot of things missing, and he's thinking to himself, "Did they leave?" Which they're thinking, which he's thinking right now, they probably saw him at the hospital and just left. And he's like, man, should have. I really feel responsible for this. Because, yeah, it's like, they already left, and I feel bad about saying that, but yeah, they just left. They didn't take, like, all the things, because let's just say the dad had, like, a trailer or something like that with him, or not a trailer, something to, like put a lot of stuff in, and all that's there is just the refrigerator, which still has the food, the kitchen table, a couple of chairs, the couch, or at least one of the couches that was like kind of old, and Deku's room is completely intact, but the pictures are mostly gone. Deku's all like, oh, well, at least they actually care. And Katsuki says, wait, they just left? And the others are like, wait, why would they leave? And then they start piecing it all together, but Deku already knows. They left because they didn't want to, what's called, deal with the pain, which is sad in the very end. Which they're what's called, Deku's parents already made it to America, or not made it to America. Deku's parents are in like went to the airport and started flying, so Deku's all like, anyway, it's getting pretty late, you guys. I think you guys should go home. And the gang's all like, no, we're staying with you. At least we're gonna be here for quite a while. Kirishima's like, you know what? I'll go to the store and get some snacks. Sero, what's called, is saying, all right. And Denki's all like, well, my house is close by, so I might as well get what's called. I have a TV and a game system. We might as well go. I'll get that. And Katsuki says, I'll go with you. Just because, I don't know. And Mina says, alright, well, oh jeez, everybody's gone. And Ashiro and Deku are just standing there. And Deku says, let me get some chairs. And Ashiro says, oh, okay. A few minutes go by and Deku and Ashiro is talking. And Ashiro says, wait a minute, I just noticed this right now. Deku says, what's going on? I mean, what do you mean? And Ashiro says, your skin, it's white. And your face has some green thing on it. or something green is on it. It looks like a tattoo. Like, she didn't notice that because she was mostly like Deku, which is, her mind was mostly on Deku and not how he looked. And he says, "Oh, well, that's something." And Ashido's like, "Wait, something? What do you mean?" And Deku's all like, "Oh, well, oh, wow. Let me see, what time is it?" "1 hour. Alright. Wait, is it 1 minute? No, it has to be 1 hour. Okay, I was just... Oh, yeah, his arm, he's gonna have something like this. Like, that's his fire's gonna be around him like that. Anyway. So, Deku talks to her and says, "Well, yeah, my body must have probably had a quirk or something." No, he doesn't say that. He's like, "Oh, well, I guess my skin somewhat turned like this. I don't know." He says, "Wait, Deku, do you have a quirk?" And Deku says, "I probably did. I just never I just probably never felt anything." Which, he's lying. He's just all like, "Probably, I probably obtained this quirk after or when that happened." And Ashido's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel like that." He's like, "No, don't worry about it. Anyway, I guess it's a quirk, or I don't know how to say it, but it's like, he's just gonna say, well, I guess this is a quirk. I don't know what I do with this, but probably it's just a mutation quirk." And she's like, "Oh, that kind of makes sense. Yes." They're talking, and says, "Well, did you hear what I said?" And Deku's like, "Yes, I did." And what's called Nina gets embarrassed, like she gets blushy. He's like, "Don't worry, I think you're cute too." He's saying it bluntly, but he's being genuine. He's being genuine. He's being genuine about this. And let's see. How do I say that? She is kind of blushing, which is kind of more noticeable due to the fact he's much more pale, or his skin's much more pale. And Nina says, "Anyway, can you promise me something? Can you not do..." Becky says, "Yes, what is it?" She says, "Don't ever do that again. You made Katsuki and me worry. We didn't know what was going to happen. You're such a kind boy." And Deku, after hearing this, and even the word boy, he thinks to himself, "Yes, I guess I should have not done that. But, like I said before, I'm not going to do that again. I should have just been happy with living my life." And she's like, "But you killed yourself. And you understand that people don't have to, you don't have to listen to these guys." Because she thinks that even though it's kind of like a mutation quirk, it's like it's nothing. Because if you don't have like a quirk that's gonna help. If you just have like something that makes you look like something, then it's like, because if you have like an animal mutation, where now you have like physical, where if you look like an animal and you actually like fight like one or something like that, then yeah, you'll have respect. But if your skin is just like much more darker, or has a bit like, if you have like a bit more fur on you, or like hair on your body, like if your arms become much more hairier, it's like, nobody's gonna care. Yeah, because this society is much more worse, or at least much more harder on people. But anyway, he's all like, yes, I understand. But I am going to say this. And he says, I'm going to become the #1 hero. And he was like, wait a minute. I understand that you don't listen to what people are saying, but you don't have a strong quirk. I mean, no offense, but even though you have just pale skin and I guess a tattoo or a marking on you, that doesn't automatically mean just you're going to be the #1 hero. Or that's like saying just because you now know how to jump doesn't mean you can jump over a mountain. And Deku puts his finger on her mouth and says, yes, I understand. But after he takes off his finger, I'm going to prove that I'm going to become the #1 hero. And Deku becomes much more confident, which when I mean much more confident, I mean like he's going to like kick some people, like, he's going to beat up a lot of dudes. He's going to fight crime. It's all like, oh wait a minute, so what now? It says, for now, I'll just wait for a couple of weeks. And I'll just say that my quirk is there, or I just got my quirk. Because he doesn't know what to do right now. He's like, yes, I'm now the god of war. But he doesn't want to just reveal like, oh yeah, I also have now powers that can kill all of you guys, which makes me like which actually makes me god in this realm. It's like, no, he has to ease into it, like, oh, look at that, now I have enhanced strength. Okay, yeah, everybody give me love. Give me all the love. Love me. He's not going to be like that. So, he's all like, well, anyway. What is your name again? Or what's your first name? And she says, Nina. But you can call me Casey. And she's all like, Nina. It's a lovely name. But she starts to blush again. And he's all like, well, anyway, I should start cooking. Because none of them know how to cook, but I think Deku would know how to cook. Because, yeah, it was mostly the three of them, so it's like cooking was something they like doing together. And he said, Nina, would you like to help me? And she says, oh yeah, sure. And she's like, what are we making? I guess takoyaki? Or just some ramen. Doesn't really matter. But, of quite hungry. And that's when Hiroshima and freaking Sero, what's called, come in and say, oh, hey guys. Which probably 10 minutes passed by and Hiroshima and Sero just walk by and they're like, oh, hey everybody. And Deku's like, oh, hey guys. And Hiroshima like brought some chips, some soda, some chocolate bars, and some popcorn too. And probably 5 minutes like went by and what's called Katsuki and what's called Denki just brought the games and all that stuff, all the good stuff. And they also brought some extra pillows from Denki's house. And yeah, they just start to party, or at least they start to just hang out and eat. They watch movies, they're playing video games, you know, doing stuff that regular kids do. And everybody's asleep. And except for Deku and Katsuki. And Nina, she's probably like almost asleep. But what's it called? Deku and Katsuki are talking. And she is saying, Deku, we need to talk. And Deku is telling her, or says, yes, Katsuki. And what's it called? Katsuki says, look, ever since we know each other, she's trying to say it, but I think to herself, she's thinking in her mind right now, like, I don't know how to say it, this is like so embarrassing. And Deku says, just say it. And Katsuki just says, and she just reaches in and grabs him and kisses him. Which Mina sees and she's like, death to you. Death is coming to you now. It's going to come to you in your sleep. And we're all sleeping together, which means you're gonna die. And Deku's like, oh. Well, wow, I didn't know that you had this thing. I knew, oh, no, he's not gonna say that. He's probably thinking to himself, oh, well, I knew that, what's called, there was something within our friendship, but I didn't think that you would like me. She's all like, of course I like you. You're such a kind, what's called, you're such a kind man. You never raise your voice, you're never evil. You didn't just start to hate people. You're always kind to people. And what's called, they go outside and talk to each other. And it's kind of cold. And she says, look, I've liked you for a long time. And I want to be your girlfriend. And Deku's taken aback by this because the God of War wasn't talking to him about freaking love. He's talking to him about mostly killing and all that stuff. And training. So he's all like, oh jeez, Dad, why didn't you just tell me about this stuff beforehand? Which, yeah, he thinks of him as a father. As a genuine father. Or at least he he has the title. He has earned the title of father, which now Deku's thinking to himself, wow. Well, yes, I would love to go out with you. And Mina's all like, wait, hold on. Let me just go outside for a minute. I think I heard something. And she gets up and says, alright, object yourself, what is up with you two? And Deku and her kind of blushing is like, no way. And she's saying, wait a minute, I wanted to date him this whole time too. Oh, and he's like, wait a minute, I thought you said that you just had a crush on him. Oh yeah, I had a crush on him, but he is still, it's still him, and I wanted to date him first. He's all like, well, hold on here, I was his childhood friend. And he says, so what if you're a childhood friend? Well, she's like, I'm adorable. He's like, I don't care if you're adorable. I still love him. Well, I love him too. And she just grabs Deku and she's kissing him. And Katsuki is all like, wait a minute, get off of him, you wench. He's like, who you calling a wench? Wench. And Deku is all like, oh man. Oh, he did say he slept with women, so he grabs, what's called, Mina, and he grabs her face, and he just goes in for a kiss. And Katsuki is all like shocked and like, wait a minute, wait, what? And just goes all baka baka and all that stuff. Says, wait a minute, you're basically cheating on me. She's all like, oh yeah. Like, oh wow, I'm basically cheating with her. Oh sheesh. The God of War is like thinking to himself, oh boy. Well, this is the youth of children now, so it must get used to this. And he's eating, like, he's basically cooking something in the campfire. Which, like I said, he's not going to talk to him just yet. And he's all like, wait a minute, I have an idea. So please just listen to me. And they're like, okay. Why don't we all just go out together? And Mina's all like, well, that could fix the problem with both of us liking Deku. But how do you think others are going to react? Yeah, they're not going to just automatically stand by while a quirkless person, which, yeah, they don't know just yet how right but yet wrong they are. And Deku is all like, don't worry, in the future we'll deal with it. Right now, will you both be my girlfriends? And they both just says yes. They both say yes without like missing a beat. And they do they do apologize to each other, saying, I'm sorry for calling you a wench. Don't worry, I did call you one too, so that's my fault. And they're all like, oh man, hold on, that's a missing space. But anyway, they do apologize to each other and just say all that. And yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys like this what if. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, tomorrow it's going to be a new what if. Anyway, bye.